So the first ratio we're going to look at is what we call our current ratio. And all the current ratio is a comparison in the balance sheet of the size of our current assets relative to our current liabilities. So what are our current assets? Our current assets are either cash already, amounts that are going to be converted into cash within the next 12 months, things like our accounts receivables or our debtors, or things that we are going to use in the business to generate cash within the next 12 months. So our inventory, for example. And we compare our current assets to our current liabilities. What are our current liabilities? Amounts we're going to have to pay out in cash within the next 12 months. So amounts we owe to our suppliers, our trade creditors. If we've got an overdraft, those amounts. So all we're doing with our current ratio is we're comparing our current assets to our current liabilities. Let's do an example. So in our current ratio example, we've got a company which has got current assets of cash, accounts receivables, and inventory. Those come to 1,000. They've also got current liabilities of 500 made up of an overdraft and creditors or accounts payable. Now, the total of the current liabilities is 500. Whatever the current liabilities balance is, simply divide it by itself. So if you divide 500 by 500, you're definitely going to get an answer of 1. Then going back to grade 3 mathematics, if you divide one side by 500, you need to do the same for the other side. So divide the current assets of 1,000 by 500, and you're going to get an answer of 2. That means your current ratio is 2:1. In reality, in business, what is it telling you? It's telling you that the value of your cash or current assets which you're going to turn into cash or use to generate cash within the next 12 months are double the amounts that you're going to have to pay out in cash to people and creditors you owe money to. Will you have the cash to pay your creditors out if you've got a current ratio of 2:1? Simplistically, yes. This gives you a high level of confidence that this company will have sufficient liquidity to pay its creditors as and when those amounts become due and payable.